Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum class. In last lecture we have discussed the glycolysis, and today we are going to discuss the citric acid cycle. What's the citric acid cycle? It's in fact the eukaryotic oxidation of the pyruvate, which was formed at the end as the end product of the glycolysis. Its oxidation occurs in mitochondria, and the pyruvate thus diffuses into mitochondria. It's totally oxidized to carbon dioxide via citric acid cycle. Then the electron then released through this oxidation process cause the reduction of the oxygen to water with the formation of the ATP. You can see over here that this energy harvesting role of, you can say, the mitochondria is taking place over here. Citric acid cycle started with the acetyl CoA. Acetyl CoA is totally decarboxylated to give carbon dioxide, and energy is produced in the form of the GTP, whereas the electron release, they become the part of the electron transport chain system, and further the proton gradient is released cause the ADP synthesis. Therefore, this is the part of the oxidative phosphorylation. Here is the brief structure of the mitochondria. It's in fact the very important organelle of the cell. It's inner mitochondrial membrane, outer mitochondrial membrane, all process taking place in this place. Once the pyruvate is incorporated, it becomes the part of the mitochondria. It's oxidatively decarboxylated to give the acetyl CoA. The acetyl CoA then becomes the part of the citric acid cycle to give carbon dioxide, releases electrons, and the GDP is the energy investment in this cycle. The most important enzyme of this cycle is the pyruvate dehydrogenase complex. This enzyme catalyzes the irreversible oxidation, decarboxylation of the pyruvate. The pyruvate does enter in the citric acid cycle. Its oxidation can't be reversed. Its decarboxylation to the carbon dioxide can't be reversed due to the specific role of the pyruvate dehydrogenase complex. This complex contains not a single enzyme, like it consists of the three enzymes in E. coli, which consist of the different polypeptide chain length and the different numbers of the coenzyme. Like in E. coli, this pyruvate dehydrogenase complex consists of the pyruvate dehydrogenase component, dihydrolipoyl transacetylase, dihydrolipoyl dehydrogenase, represented as E2, E1, E2, and E3, consist of the 24 and the 12 number of the chains, and the prosthetic group, which are covalently linked with the, you can say, the protein structure, here are present as TPP, thymine pyrophosphate, lipoamide, and flavin adenine dinucleotide. Here is the role of the pyruvate dehydrogenase complex. The pyruvate thus enter is decarboxylated. It releases or loss of the carbon dioxide occurs over here to form the acetyl group. Therefore, the two electrons are released, causing the oxidation. And the coenzyme, coacyl part come over here to be transferred to the acyl group to form acetyl CoA. Here is the structure of the pyruvate dehydrogenase complex, E1, E2, and E3, which are the part of this enzyme. The most important prosthetic group which is present over here is lipoamide. It consists of the disulfide bond. The lysine and the side chain is very important. In the overall process, for the conversion of the pyruvate into acetyl CoA, this lipoamide provide an arm attaching in fact this two carbon group from the pyruvate, and literally it moves around the next active site and then swing over the FAD to get reduced. And finally, this reduced form is oxidized to complete this whole cycle. As the pyruvate dehydrogenase complex is very important enzyme, what happens if there is because the thymine is the part of the thymine adenine thymine pyrophosphate TPP. What's happening if there is deficiency of thymine, and if there is poisoning with the heavy metals like and the carcinogenic element like the arsenic and the mercury as well. The deficiency of thymine or the poisoning with these two metals, mercury and arsenic, it in fact disrupt this pyruvate dehydrogenase. What happens? Thymine is in fact an important structural component of the prostatic group of these three enzymes. Is present as an important component of one of the enzyme. And if this thymine is present in insufficient amount, then this metabolism is curtailed, and which is in fact resulted in the disease which is called beriberi, which is the neurological and the cardiovascular disorder. If there is poisoning with the arsenic or the mercury, what it happens, because these elements bind to the dihydrolipoyl group which is present the lipoamide, which I have told you earlier, this lipoamide is in fact the prostatic group, which is the component of one of the enzyme from the pyruvate dehydrogenase complex. What's the treatment of this poisoning? Is to administrate the patient with the sulfhydryl reagent or the medicine which consists of this group, this you can say functionality. It's in fact the binding of the metal line, and thus it's extracted. It's very important levisite, which is the organic based chemical weapon which was used in the First World War, and the British does you can say antidote or the overcome this poisoning by the formulation of the ball, which is British anti-levisite. You can see in the next slide what they formulated. They formulated was the 2,3-di mercaptopropanol. Here is its structure. For the in order to you can say the eliminate this poisoning, in order to cure these the patients, what happened? The lipoamide from the pyruvate dehydrogenase complex enzyme E2, this sulfhydryl group become the part of this arsenate. This arsenate behaves as the poisoning. Two water molecules are liberated over here due to this such type of the bonding, because the arsenic form chelation. When this complex is formed, further process which this enzyme has to carry out can't proceed. Therefore, this complex is treated with the antidote like ball. It releases or the extracted the arsenic, which was the poisoning agent, come from the surrounding. Thus, it restored the enzyme in the form of the lipomide, or the you can say the two sulfhydryl group were released, or you can say they are completely now available to take part its role in the citric acid cycle. Pyruvate, lastly, I will say it's very important in my enzyme, amazing enzyme. Its function is simple, that it causes the pyruvate to lose its carbon dioxide to convert into acetyl group, which undergo the oxidation reaction, then the transfer of the coenzyme A, and this you can say the electrons are part of the electron transport chain, and the hydrogens, or you can say the further you can say loss of the two electron leads to the formation, ends up in the formation of the NAD, and the end product acetyl CoA is formed. The acetyl CoA thus formed is capable of entering the citric acid cycle and causing, you can say, the multiple reaction undergoes the conversion to citrate, isocitrate, aconitase, succinate, fumarate, molate, and thus liberated the carbon dioxide, electrons, and you can say the production of the energy in the form of ATPs. Why it's called the TCA? Because three carboxylic acids are very important, which are involved. These are the aconitase, cis-aconitase, and lastly, citrate, isocitrate, and cis-aconitase. These are the three carboxylic acids components which are part of the Krebs cycle. The series of the reaction was first elucidated by the Hans Krebs. Therefore, after his name, it's referred to as Krebs cycle. Dr. Krebs submitted the manuscript regarding this cycle in the prestigious, well-known journal Nature, but it was rejected over there. They said this such type of the happening can't occur. After this series of the reaction was fully published by the journal Enzymologia. Let's see what are the type of the reactions which are occurring in the Krebs cycle. Here is the first step of the, you can say, the citric acid cycle, in which the oxaloacetate, which is the 4 carbon containing compound, is reacted with the acetyl CoA. In the presence of the enzyme citrate synthase, it means that citrate is going to be synthesized by the reaction of these two, due to the, you can say, the reaction of these two 4 carbon and 2 carbon units. Coenzyme A is released over here. These two units unite to form the citrate, which is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon containing compound. The second step of the TCA is the conversion, interconversion. These two reactions are reversible. Like citrate is converted into cis-aconitate, and cis-aconitate is converted into isocitrate. The enzyme which is important, which is catalyzing this reaction, is aconitase enzyme. And what's happening over here? The first loss of the water molecule, which I highlighted with the color H and OH, gives unsaturation over here. Further, another water molecule is added up, but it's not adding in the same fashion. It's adding in the different fashion. OH is bounded with the, you can say, this carbon, and hydrogen is bonded to this carbon to give the isomer of, you can say, the citrate. So citrate is converted into isocitrate by enzyme aconitase. This reaction comprises of conversion of isocitrate into alpha-ketoglutarate. How it occurs? Isocitrate is oxidized to give its hydrogen to NAD, which is converted to NADH. Therefore, isocitrate, after losing these two hydrogen, converted into from you can say alcoholic functionality to the carbonyl functionality, and the oxalosuccinate is formed. The enzyme which carry out this reaction is isocitrate dehydrogenase. It causes loss of two hydrogens, and oxalosuccinate is converted into alpha-ketoglutarate due to the loss of 1 carbon in the form of carbon dioxide over here, and 1 hydrogen is you can say make the part of this carbon to complete its valency. Therefore, the net result of this reaction, which is catalyzed by the isocitrate dehydrogenase, is the formulation of alpha-ketoglutarate. In the very next step, alpha-ketoglutarate is converted into succinyl-CoA. Here is loss of again one carbon dioxide, again one carbon in the form of carbon dioxide from here. Attachment of the CoA with the carbon through the thioester linkage, and this thioester linkage result in the formation of 5 carbon containing compound into 4 carbon containing functionality, succinyl CoA. Here the 5 carbon moiety is you can say decarboxylated. Thioester linkage is formulated, and thus you can say this reaction is the same as that which pyruvate dehydrogenase complex causes by converting the pyruvate into acetyl CoA. Here the glutarate is converted into succinyl CoA by losing carbon dioxide, and again enzyme is dehydrogenase. Relatively high energy content of this CoA bond is released to the phosphorylases. Therefore, this resulting succinate or the succinic acid results in the formation of GDP to GTP. In fact, you can say there is formation or generation of the energy because CoA is released, inorganic phosphate group comes, GTP also comes. Its conversion is, you can say, equivalent to the formation of the ADP, just like to give the GTP. It means that carbon sulfur bond breaks, CoA released, formation of GTP is accomplished, and the enzyme which took part over here is succinate thiokinase, causing this cleavage of the bond. This step is catalyzed by the succinate dehydrogenase enzyme. It causes loss of the 2 hydrogen from the succinate. Here the energy content of this reaction is not very high to take it to involve the NAD. Therefore, low energy content containing, you can say, FAD flavin adenine dinucleotide come over here. It is reduced due to the loss of these 2 hydrogens. These 2 hydrogens lost to result the formation of fumarate. Again, the enzyme is succinate dehydrogenase. Next step is the hydration of this fumarate. This double bond is hydrated. It can be hydrated in such a way this hydrogen may be you can say added over here, OH over here, or OH or H on the same side. Therefore, in this reaction, OH and H, which comes from the water molecule, becomes added on the same side of the molecule. These OH is added on the beta carbon, results in the formation of malate containing 2 carboxylic acids, 2 carboxylic acid moieties. Therefore, you can say the alcohol functionality is added over here. Hydration is caused, and the enzyme which take part is fumarase. Next step is the conversion of the malate into oxaloacetate. What has happened over here, that the beta hydroxyl group from the beta carbon, you can say the hydroxyl group which is present in the beta carbon is oxidized to give hydrogen. This hydroxyl group is converted into carbonyl group. Hydrogen is giving to the NAD to reduced into NADH. And thus the malate dehydrogenase cause the conversion of malate into oxaloacetate. Here is the overall, all the steps which I have told you stepwise. Here is the complete cycle, role of all enzymes, aconitase, isocitrate, alpha ketoglutarate, succinyl-CoA, succinate, dehydrogenase. And you can see from here how NAD is converted into NADH, NAD is converted to NADH, loss of one water molecule, loss of second water molecule. And lastly, you can say the all the, you can say, in fact the Krebs cycle, it supplies energy and provides number of intermediate which is required for the synthesis of glucose, amino acids, and heme functionalities. Before giving to certain question, I may summarize it as TCA is very important cycle for the energy supply to the body. Always remember about 65 to 70% of ADP is generated by this cycle. Oxidation of acetyl-CoA is completely done to the carbon dioxide and the water molecule. And therefore, you can say the Krebs cycle is the final common oxidative pathway for carbohydrates, fats, and amino acids metabolism. Therefore, it not only supplies energy, but also provide many intermediate which can enter into certain other cycles to formulate the synthesis of, to cause the synthesis of glucose, amino acids, etc. Here are some questions. How you can convert the acetyl-CoA into glucose? How bacteria and the plants can cause this conversion? And you have to calculate the energetics or the total ATPs which are generated in TCA. Best wishes, good luck. Thank you.